well, here it comes. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to ENDZONE, a world apart, as we have ourselves our third drought incoming. Of course, that's what this game is all about, is surviving droughts and seasonal changes during the end of the world. And you guys have been amazing so far, so thanks as always for your incredible support, smashing that like button, and hanging out with me. You guys are awesome. So ones down below in chat. Give me them golden ones from them members for all of the people who think our colony is #1. We're definitely making improvements. We're definitely having struggles. But that is what surviving an apocalypse is all about. It's not a vacation. It's the end of the world. So welcome back, everybody. Good to see you all here. And thanks for being the best community on YouTube. That is you. So thank you very much for being here. Looks like we have 2 days of rain before the big O drought, and supplies are starting to get a little bit more scarce again. We're trying to solve the major problems of the colony, which always seems to come down to #1, very firstly water, then very closely followed by food, and then protective gear and tools. Luckily, we're producing all that stuff, but will it be enough to survive our third giant drought? We'll have to find out in this episode. So we're cultivating cabbage here. We're growing that. We also have pecan trees ready to go here. And actually, are they ready to go or are they growing? Let's see. We're at 379 out of 464. So I think we should probably start harvesting now. I don't actually know how long that takes, so I'll wait until the first day, one day, the first day before the drought. Luckily, droughts only last 1 day, but it's devastating to the economy in terms of shutting down all of the fishing and water, and the only thing that really remains is hunting. So we'll have to see what we can do with that. All right, let's take a look at the economy in terms of workers. Looks like everybody's pretty much working on water carrying and food production right now, as we also continue to try to produce steel and cloth. I'm going to go ahead and shut down the refiners for now and get them onto water duty and also transportation. Taylor's at 2, so a lot of these buildings are still working as quickly as they can. The refiners have shut down, though, as we have enough steel and metal in order to produce whatever we need for tool production, cloth production. Let's go ahead and also make an area here to cut down some trees. Eventually, we're going to have to actually have ourselves a logging camp. I think I'm going to cut down these trees here that's close to camp, and also it's pretty plentiful there. Okay, plus we can clear this area out now to turn everything into a farm and giant city. So this will be a nice little colony. All right, we are now, let's see, down to about 3 days before the big O drought. Let's see if we can do it. I guess my goal in this series will be to try to achieve maybe 100 people and see if we can survive 100 days. I guess whatever one we hit first. And, of course, this game is really never ending, as once you've kind of built a giant city, you can continue to expand across the entirety of the map. There's really nothing stopping you. There might be a hard population cap in the game, but I don't see anything that'd be stopping you from doing all this stuff in terms of, like, building a giant city and then continuing to expand once you have all the necessary resources to continue to build buildings and provide food, etc., etc. All right, well, hopefully the food problem is solved. Ooh, the pecans here are looking a little dry. It hasn't rained today. So keep in mind that this is all seasons, but I always just call it days, as it kind of just feels a little bit more like a day. All right, let's see. So we have a charcoal burner going. Looks like we're still not producing enough coal for those protective masks, so let's continue to up that production. Let's see here, that should be fine. Water production is at max. Fishing, looks like we don't have the final fishing dock completed yet. Looks like just some workers need to come over and finish that one off. No, wood needs to be delivered, so luckily more wood has been being provided by the settlers, and it looks like we're down to how much wood? 14 out of 17, so it looks like we should be able to build that. Unfortunately, it'll be a little too late before the drought. But don't you worry, Raptoria will have its glory again. For those of you who've been watching a long time, you know we always seem to make it through, but not without our struggles, and that's what makes it exciting. If it were too easy, it wouldn't be really a game at all. It would just be a kind of just a monorail ride. This is more like a roller coaster, man. Roller coasters are more fun. All right, let's see. We're making cabbage, too, so it looks like we have 54 out of 400 food. We'll have to go ahead and declare that to be harvested right before the big O dry season. Let's see. How are we doing with farmers? 4 out of 8, too. Jeez, I really wish we had more workers here to do all the things that we needed to do. We also need tools so our people can work, so we're trying to make as much of that as possible. I think we should probably switch to scrap tools for now. Yeah, that's probably going to be a good call. Although I would probably prefer to make metal tools, but we're just going to have to switch production for now. All right, the fishing hut is up. Okay, here's what I think we should do. Let's go ahead and cut off production completely, because we know that it's just going to be devastating for us without food and water. So let's do this real quick. Let's go ahead and increase the number of farmers. And let's go ahead and make sure we have the same number of settlers so we can continue to provide wood and other things for building projects. And let's see, we also need to increase our fishermen. So we'll have 1 and 1 there. And let's go ahead and continue our time. All right, all production is shut down in preparation for the giant drought coming. We need to get water up to about 1,000 should do us okay. With 35 people and 23 children, my goodness, the amount of children. That's a lot of kids. All right, hopefully cabbage gets up to 100. That'll give us 100 and 500 food. So that should be okay. And everybody's working on getting those numbers up. I believe the more farmers that you have, the faster that the crop yield increases. Soil moisture is dry, unfortunately, but... All right. Now I'm going to probably do this just before day 24. Or maybe that's day 23. Day 23 there. Just because I want to see how long it takes them to actually harvest. I don't know what the length of time would be on that. So we'll need to see. All right, we're just standing by. Water's coming in, holding at about 1,200. We've stopped scrap production. Wood is at 37. We're logging from up there. Okay. All right, let's take a look at where else we can gather wood from. Looks like there's still a bit of wood there. 40, what was it, 25? Well, that's scrap. Okay, there's still a little bit of wood there. Crop yields at 140. Pecans are pretty much maxed out. I think we'll wait until they're completely maxed out. They should be able to hit that maximum production. And we'll be able to hold for yet another drought. Alright, here we go. This is almost like in Frostpunk. I may have not mentioned it before. This is really like the big storms coming in Frostpunk, where everybody needs to kind of be in and settling and hunkered down before big things happen. Looks like we've gained some more adults. Wow, we have 6 settlers now, working on cutting down trees and gathering other materials. This is great because then we can start right back on tool production after this and increase our productivity. Let's go ahead and go back to gathering wood. Let's ask our people to continue to cut down trees nearby. I think we'll cut down over here. Okay. Let's go ahead and request all harvests to be started. Oh, looks like they already did harvest it. What? They're already producing more? Crazy. Let's go ahead and harvest here. Harvest there. Okay. Let's see what happens. We're going to go ahead and harvest everything we've got. Water's at 100% production. We've got all of that taken care of. Let's see. All other industries are shut down. Hunting is maxed. Fishing is maxed. Gathering is maxed. Farming is maxed. Man, the amount of people that we have, it's very much like Banished, where you have about 90% of your workforce just working in food. It's crazy. Okay, 40 and 23. Good. Okay. Alright, we've ordered a harvest of cabbage to take place. Oh, wow. Soil moisture went up over here. That's good. Harvesting is taking place. Cabbages are being brought out of there. Good. Now, I don't know if the drought hits if the crop is immediately dead or if they can still harvest. I'm not sure, so that's why we wanted to be early on that one. Food numbers are going up. We want to try to get around 500, so it is possible that that could happen before the dry season. And I'd like to see water closer to 1,400. Homes are going to be needed here shortly, and in fact, indeed they are. Okay, we'll need somebody to start gathering, let's see. We need health somewhere. Is that community? Medical facility? There should be somebody to go gather herbs for medicines. Let's see, what would that be under? Logistics, community. There's a medical facility, but that's not quite what we're looking for. Herbal hut is what we want. So we'll put that next to the old hunting lodge there. Keep them close to the forest that we try to maintain down here. There's not a lot of room to build, so that's great for people to sneak through. Try to get our people's health up in the next few days. And the drought has arrived. Season 24 begins, and those lakes will begin to dry pretty much right about now. The longer it takes them to dry up, the better for us. And there it goes. Okay, let's go ahead and slow down time. Let's go ahead and shut down water production. Shut down gathering. Shut down fishing. And I wonder if farming can continue. 0 and 161. All right, we'll leave a few farmers there. And let's get everybody else out on scrap collection, refining, making tools, protective masks, and making charcoal. That gives us 18 more people standing by, which we can assign then to building. We'll leave 4 and everyone else can transport for the remaining day. Oh, it looks like we have a task that's pending. Let's see here what is going on. Herbs produced. Ah, they want us to build a side task for making herbs, so we'll get an additional bonus for that. It usually increases happiness if you do what they've been requesting. So making that herbalist hut will allow us then to increase the overall health of our people. Wow, that's amazing to see all those lakes dried up like that. That's crazy. All right. Now we have like a desert town all of a sudden. Now we can continue to produce water throughout the drought if we have ourselves the, what exactly is it called again? The well? Yeah, the well will actually allow you to produce water throughout the drought as well. But it does take a full-time worker to continue to do that, and is very expensive in terms of material costs. 30 scrap is quite a bit. Food is holding steady. And I think I'm going to actually produce from these wells as well. I'll produce a well here, and I want to try to go for a rain catcher next. So let's switch some of our gatherers to plastics, so we can take advantage of that and store a lot more water. We're going to try to increase our water storage this time around. Food is actually holding quite nicely, and I'm very impressed with that, very proud that that's doing so well. Alright, let's go ahead and put another cistern here. And we'll put water catchers around here by the lake. And the cistern can also do another jetty, so we can build a few of those. Let's go ahead and get at least one person working on water. Well keeper times 1. So it takes somebody basically to sit out there on a bicycle and continue to pump well water up from below the surface. And it's quite cool. Alright, water was pretty well maintained. Food is critical, but I think the easiest thing to gather will be water once the water actually returns. We'll have some well keepers here to go assist. Alright, there we go. So in the previous updates, the well was kind of untrustworthy, very expensive, and didn't produce as much. So that could have changed in future updates. So keep in mind, I played from update 1 and then didn't really play until this more current update. So it's nice to see that there's new stuff here, and that we have a potential to actually have buildings that should work more effectively and as intended. Okay, so water is critical again. Let's get everybody back into the water profession. Transporting water around. There we go. Lower our workers there. Increase the amount of gatherers. Let's get that food going again. We got 15 people on water to pull out of that nosedive. Let's go for 2 herbalists. Try to not have more than 2 in some of these jobs. Let's do that. Except for the refiner, which can process different amounts of materials. There we go. And now it's raining. So you can replace the well keeper with a rain catcher. However, that water's not purified. Let's see, are we producing anything here? 350 on storage for that. So you can see all the cistern people working at the jetties now. Alright, well the fact that we didn't have any major overwhelming deaths is great. That's really good. And we've actually produced all of the herbs here. Gather plants is what we're being told to do. Oh, looks like we also need to have some of our free hands. There we go. If we create an environment for the seeding where it can grow safely. Oh! Irrigation plant, our specialist can have good choices. Alright, irrigation plant, water stored, plastic stored. Oh, we get a reward for this here. And we'll have a new type of seeds. Excellent. So we'll just need to gather plastic in order to do that. Looks like we need 15. And they also want us to build an irrigation plant. Not a bad idea. We can actually put that down here and clear out all the space here. So let's go ahead and actually ask our people to stop clearing there. And we'll clear out here for all the farming that we plan to do. Scrap seems to have been gobbled up, though. And we'll need to make our kitchens soon as well. Let's see. Do we have full production on food? There we go. Let's increase that. Good. Production is fully increased to food. And I think we need more refineries now so we can cut through these materials and start using them for things that we're supposed to. We'll also need to start working on increasing happiness by building more community centers, but food is still the ultimate struggle at the moment. Let's go ahead and try ourselves a couple more recyclers. Let's see. There we go. We'll have some of our construction crews go work on that. And materials should be delivered. Alright, food is... no, housing is a problem. Let's see, housing is a problem, food is a problem, tools are a problem, protective clothing is a problem. But eventually we'll have to catch up with our needs. We got plenty of people who gathered all the scrap that they needed. Let's go ahead and reduce that. Let's get some more farmers going. And we'll get more refiners as soon as those are ready. Looks like we produced quite a bit of cloth and coal. Nice, to make a lot of masks, which is maxed out as well. Still need to increase that production, though. 400 food from that farm. 400 food from the pecan orchards. Let's go ahead and request harvests. Pecan and cabbage tonight, boys. I hope you're hungry. Let's get that Arby's symbol down below in that comment section from you members. That's your favorite thing from the Arby's, I'm sure. Yeah, Arby's is different now. It's an alternative world. Alright, let's see. The herbalists are still gathering resources here to heal our people, getting them healthier. We're increasing that average health of all settlers by increasing the amount of herbs that are gathered. Some of the settlers here are also gathering plants for medicines. Food should continue to increase. Contamination will eventually increase and increase the average radiation of settlers, so we'll have to monitor that as well. Looks like we're producing a good amount of all materials except for electronics, so we'll need these two buildings to be done shortly. And it looks like the only thing we're short on is wood now. And I would like to build myself a logging camp. Let's see what that might be under. Is it actually under resources for Forester's Lodge? Can either cut down trees... Oh, okay, it does both. So it cuts down both trees and also grows them. And a good spot for that might be up here, I think. So let's solve that wood problem once and for all now. We'll go ahead and cut down a lot of trees and get people to work on that. So production shouldn't be a problem anymore. Really seriously think we need another tailor as well. Alright, food and water are starting to stabilize. Long-time problem is starting to be solved. And we'll build more homes as soon as we have the logging camp ready to go. Let's make that a top priority. There we go. We'll build a road to that too. Let's go with logistics and build ourselves a dirt road. Let's see. Well, we'll have to clear some of this debris out of the way. But there you go. Okay, let's see. Hey, give tomorrow a reason. 100 out of 300. So I think that might be how many people have come to our facilities over time. Wow, there's a lot of radiation here. Yep, average radiation is increasing. It must be from the rain. Yeah, most of the area is irradiated now. That's only going to increase over time. So we need to get that health up. Alright, let's see what we got here for people working in some of these jobs. Scrap collector we don't really need at the moment. Food is still dwindling. Let's max out on those farmers. Water is holding nicely at 2,000 and increasing. Good. A lot of those kids are becoming of age. Good. Finally able to work. Good for them. Alright, the logging camp will be the next thing. And then we can start building some homes. Cultivate some fields here. We should unlock some more seeds, too. Once we have enough plastic. I believe these were 10 by 10. Oh, finger slipped at the last second. There we go. 10 by 10. Cool. Alright, that'll be cultivated after this facility is built. And we'll start making warehouses and things, too. Nice to see things more stable. So homes are definitely needed. And since everybody's sleeping outside, their radioactivity will increase. And another drought is incoming. No surprise. What's our current task? Water stored. We have more than enough. We need to build an irrigation plant according to this. So if we take a look at water, irrigation plant requires much more plastic than what was required to be stored. And in order to build that, ironically enough, we need wood. So that shows why it slowed down in production. There we go. Okay, let's get this done. Alright, we're going to need a lot more food. Now, I believe that requires 4 more farmers. So we have a current total of, what, 8? So we'll need, wait, what is it? Yeah, 12 in total then under farmers, once that's complete. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Alright, food and water looking great. Wood needs to be increased, but will be immediately delivered to the logging camp in order to build that. Protective clothing is being immediately produced and consumed by our people. The moment a mask is made, people are immediately grabbing it from the warehouse. So we're making a lot of activated charcoal masks here. Looks like herbs are also being immediately consumed too. I noticed medication is made and then immediately consumed. And radiation has started to skyrocket out of nowhere. So we'll have to make sure we maintain an eye on that as well and take our problems on one at a time. Luckily, food and water is really starting to look good here. Okay, let's check a seed here. Have they made anything? Oh, they need to remove 2 more soil. 1 more there. Okay. Let's see if the logging camps have been taken care of. Alright, we have 2 more refineries. Oh, but those haven't been built. So we need settlers now to transport stuff or to go cut down trees. Looks like they're working on that. And finally, a farm field is done. Let's go ahead and choose bell peppers this time around. Alright, nice. It'll probably be a little too late, but at least you can get something out of it. Okay, now we have 12 farmers. And we'll wait until the last day as we had before for the drought to come. So it seems like every 10 seasons or so there seems to be a drought. And now we need to get more prepared for those to hit. It's taking an awful long time for that wood to be consumed over here, though. They might be using it to make tools as well, so we need to make more wood. And of course, the wood is further away from the camp now. Let's cut down here. Try to keep that closer to the camp. And we're still gathering medicines, too, by the way, randomly from our people. Whenever anybody's free, they're gathering plants from here. Let's also gather plants from there as they're cutting down trees. Keep everybody in the same spot. Alright, health has increased. The health of settlers has increased quite a bit. Oh, looks like, well, this guy wanted us to do irrigation, but that's alright. We needed, actually, we had enough plastic for that one, but we will do that next time. Top priority now, I would say, is actually making sure that we have food and water rather than worrying about irrigation. We seem to be producing enough, so it's all coming down to labor. Oh man, that is great to see food pulling up. But now that leaves the next problem, which will be wood production, which will then require us to use that wood for making homes. And a lot of these trees are being cut down now. Great. This game always seems to be more and more problems. You know, you solve one and two come up. For example, at the start, if you solve the water problem, then you have food and wood to worry about in order to feed your people and give them homes. And there's always need for more homes. Alright. Wood is increasing. Should be the only thing consuming wood now is the Forester's Lodge. And that, of course, will keep a steady supply of wood coming in, so that problem should be dealt with very shortly. And then we should be able to start producing more tools, which will increase efficiency. It looks like we have ourselves another sorter. So let's go for... continue to go with plastic, I think, so we can make more rain catchers the next time around. With more rain catchers, that increases the amount of water output tremendously. Looks like we got quite a bit of food, so that'll help people as well. We got to really worry about that radiation level now. We got to worry about that. Otherwise, our people are going to become like a little hot pocket out of a microwave. Happiness is still okay, though. Medicine is getting there. But protective clothing needs to be increased, so that's the next thing we're going to have to build as soon as the Forester's Lodge is complete. We have 25 wood. All of our settlers are busy gathering medicine and stuff. Let's go ahead and cancel that. Seems like they cut down all the trees. I want to put them towards transporting stuff to where it needs to go now. We don't have much time for last harvest, but looks like we have over almost 100 down here. And another 200 up here, so food should be okay. Now we got to start worrying about that health. Health is going to be impacted by that radiation. Lots to balance. Lots to be worried about. Let's see. Electronic components will come later for more advanced buildings. We should see all of our people now delivering all the materials up here to the logging site. It's a distance away, but we need a large open area for them to work independently from the city. Forests don't necessarily grow downtown. Alright, let's see. Alright, builders are looking good. Now we'll need 4 foresters. Luckily, that's another industry that can stay functioning during the drought. Another big rainy season here. Wow, food has increased to 1,300 for, or 3,000 for water. Yeah, there we go. Glory to Raptoria, boys. Yeah, get those ones coming in. We're gonna survive one more. One more. I see health improving. It's dwindling between 9 and 10. So all those medicines and such are being put to use at people staving off some of that radiation. It keeps going up and down, so just means we need more. It's working, we just need more. More! We need more! Okay, let's go ahead and auto-harvest. Make sure none of our food goes to waste. Just make sure you guys harvest all that stuff, thank you. Balanced diet. Hello, Chief. People want... the diet is lousy. They want us to produce 300 food from 7 different sources. You got it. We can definitely do that. Wendy's, Arby's, KFC, Taco Bell, Domino's. I think we have all those 7 sources. Members can definitely flood that in. Members are busy today, man. Our members are busy. Oh, well, there you go. All right, good job, guys. You did it. Congratulations. And that bops up our happiness a little bit. Good job, everybody. All right, the diet was improved upon immensely. Good job, everyone. All right, let's see. We're getting to the point of this game, by the way, during droughts where I don't turn off water carriers and such and just leave them kind of with nothing to do for a day because there's kind of... It's just easier to leave people there than it is to redistribute the labor, have them work for a little bit, because we're starting to get the things now. The next thing I want to start focusing on is health, protection, and happiness. So we'll need to build a community building to keep everybody happy. Let's get 4 foresters ready to go right away. As soon as that's done construction. Let's build ourselves a community building now. Bring our people together. And unite them forever in friendship and labor. Our mighty colony shall ever endure. We'll see what we can do here. Uh-oh. Some people know what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's see. We got a pub as well. I think actually with the pub you need to provide that with, I think, wheat in order to function. I can't recall. But we can also build a seminary. Yes, a seminary as well. No, a cemetery. A cemetery is a great boost to happiness as well. People can mourn the loss of people in our colony and from before the fall of humanity. Okay, let's see here. How's our labor doing? Food and such. Okay, we should hire some more refiners. And let's pull people off the technicians, charcoal burner, forester, tailor. I'm going to pull off a builder. There we go. Alright, now because we have the well, our thing should still be able to function. You can see the guy in there biking. And man, is he hauling butt. Okay. So this is kind of like the dry season now is like the new winter, right? Because we have all these dry seasons, nobody can really work and such. It's like when you work all year to try to survive the winter with food. It's kind of a good way to be able to... oh wow, look at that food. Ah, the food actually lowers down over time. So because of a drought, it actually slowly decreases. So it's good to tell your people to harvest that right away. Logging camp, we want them to cut down and reforest. Now let's just go straight up, just cut it all down. Give me all that wood. There we go. All right. So we'll continue to see... Wow, actually, we've got quite a bit of people exposed now to the elements. And yep, radiation is going to be very critical now. So health and unity is what we... Oh, boy. Whoa! We got ourselves a desert storm, ladies and gentlemen. U.S. forces are blowing through now. It's a giant sandstorm. And that is going to blow all that contaminated soil around. Ooh, that's cool. It's been a while since I've seen one of those. Okay, let's mark a few more homes to be built. And our people are just going to have to try to manage with what they've got. And we will start focusing on automating water production and increasing farm productivity. So that way, once we pull people away from those industries, they can do other things. We'll build a few more homes. Try to maintain our industries here. What can we pull away from here? Radioactive contaminated water. A major portion of the water reserves have been stockpiled, have been irradiated. Oh boy, okay. We need to build a water tower. Yes, that's a way to actually filter the water through charcoal. Okay, very good. Let's leave somebody to transport. Okay. Well, food and water are here. Now we need to start working on health. Happiness is starting to drop, so now we're going to start focusing this time around. Now we have... This is good. This is like when you do your laundry, and now it's the longest time before you have to do your laundry again. So now the drought just hit, so now we have the longest amount of time now to reallocate all of our labor. Now that things are built, we just need to balance our labor. People will get happy again once we've got ourselves happiness up again. There we go, see? Happiness going up. So we'll get that rebalanced, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Glory to Raptoria, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for more. It's going to be a wild ride, but things will improve, and it's a real edge-of-your-seat excitement here in ENDZONE, a world apart. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for being the best audience in YouTube, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.